Inside Buckingham Palace Mansion, a regal welcome. Ever wondered what mysteries and treasures lie beyond the golden gates of Buckingham Palace? Imagine stepping through those ornate iron railings into a world of marble, crystal, and gold leaf. Corridors lined with towering columns and opulent ballrooms beneath frescoed ceilings. It's the very home of kings and queens, where every column and corridor seems to whisper stories of royal glory. For the next 10 minutes, join us on an exclusive private tour inside this legendary mansion, where history comes to life and royal tradition reigns supreme. Foundations of a palace. Our journey begins in the early 18th century. Originally known as Buckingham House, this elegant mansion was built in 1703 for the Duke of Buckingham. The site was once farmland, part of the old manor of Ebury, but by the 1700s it stood as a fashionable townhouse. In 1761, King George III purchased it for Queen Charlotte, and it became known as the Queen's House. Over the following decades, more wings and gardens were added to make it grander. In the 19th century, it underwent dramatic Victorian enhancements. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert funded new wings and lavish interior redecorations that further elevated its grandeur. When Victoria became queen in 1837, she declared Buckingham the official London residence of the monarch. From that day on, it has been at the very heart of Britain's royal story. Grand design and exterior opulence. Today, Buckingham Palace's stately exterior is instantly recognizable around the world. Its creamy white Portland stone facade spans about 108 meters, 354 feet across, and rises 24 meters into the sky, with the famous balcony at its center above the main entrance. The sprawling complex contains 775 rooms that includes 19 staterooms, over 100 royal and guest bedrooms, 188 staff bedrooms, plus dozens of offices, dining halls, and service areas. Even essentials like a post office, barber's shop, a medical wing, and servant quarters are tucked inside. The grand iron gates and railings in front were forged by the Bromsgrove Guild and gilded in 1911. The east front, rebuilt by Sir Aston Webb in 1913, introduced the famed balcony and central portico, an entrance described as like everybody's idea of a palace. Directly ahead, the Victoria Memorial stands as a majestic fountain and statue dedicated to Queen Victoria, surrounded by champions of peace. Altogether, the facade and forecourt exude imperial grandeur and classical beauty. The staterooms and royal treasures? Step beyond the grand entrance into the heart of Buckingham Palace. A glittering chandelier sparkles above you, and all around are the famed staterooms, ceremonial chambers lined with treasures from the royal collection. Most of these rooms reflect the lavish taste of King George IV, who hired architect John Nash to transform Buckingham House into a palace in the 1820s. One of the most spectacular is the White Drawing Room, an enormous gilt and cream reception hall crowned with ceiling paintings by Sir James Thornhill. Just beyond lies the picture gallery, 50 meters long under arched skylights. Its walls hung with Rembrandts, Vermeers, and Canaletto masterpieces. The next chamber is the throne room. Nash's soaring arches and gilded canopy frame the royal thrones. Those chairs are the very thrones of modern coronations, made for Queen Elizabeth II's 1953 crowning. Everywhere the detail is overwhelming. Walls of polished marble, floors laid with velvet carpets, and ornate gilding everywhere. It feels as if every inch of the palace is wearing its finest jewels, ready to host history. Timeless royal traditions. Buckingham Palace is not only a living museum, but a stage for centuries-old royal traditions. Outside, the forecourt hosts the famous Changing of the Guard, a proud parade of scarlet-coated guards and bearskin hats set to martial music. Crowds gather daily in season to witness the precision and pageantry. Each summer, trooping the color parades along the mall from horse guards, culminating with a 41-gun salute on the South Lawn, and the king riding past on horseback to salute from the balcony. Beyond pageantry and ceremony, every royal ritual has its place here. Investiture ceremonies, when citizens receive honors, take place in the throne room or ballroom. On New Year's Day, honors lists are announced in the palace. In this way, Buckingham remains intertwined with national life, a symbol of continuity and state ritual. Life behind the palace walls. Despite its grandeur, Buckingham Palace is above all a home for the monarch and a busy workplace for their household. The royal family maintain private apartments here in the North Wing, complete with bedrooms, studies, and a private dining room. In those living quarters, you'll find personal touches, family photos on mahogany tables, and perhaps a treasured painting or two. Meanwhile, the palace hums with activity. Hundreds of staff are on duty at all hours. Footmen, housemaids, chefs, valets, drivers, and guards, each playing a part in daily life. In fact, the palace is fully modern. It contains its own cinema and 50-meter swimming pool, as well as a private doctor's and dentist's surgery, all hidden away from view. Even in its hidden corners, the efficiency and service are meticulous. Royal china and crystal are polished daily. Horses in the stables at nearby Royal Mews are tended, and vehicles are ready for royal travel. On a Sunday morning, the king may quietly attend a service in the private chapel, simply dressed, then return to family time, showing that even royalty lives within these walls. Celebrations and historic moments. Grand occasions at Buckingham Palace are the stuff of legend. In the gilded ballroom, state banquets have hosted presidents and dignitaries under glittering chandeliers. In the palace gardens, royal garden parties and pop concerts become spectacular affairs. For example, Queen Elizabeth II's Golden Jubilee in 2002 featured a concert on the South Lawn, culminating with Brian May of Queen playing God Save the Queen from the palace roof. In 2012, her Diamond Jubilee saw 10,000 guests picnicking on the lawns and a spectacular river pageant nearby. In 2022, King Charles's Platinum Jubilee lit the palace with a drone show of red, white, and blue over the South Lawn. Over the decades, Buckingham has seen it all. It was the heart of London on VE Day 1945 when Churchill and King George VI appeared on the balcony, and it will again be the backdrop for future coronations and celebrations. In short, every new chapter of British royal history finds Buckingham at the center. A private tour through royal splendor. Now, imagine you are walking these hallowed halls as an honored guest. We begin in the Marble Hall, a grand entryway with a black and white checkerboard floor and tall marble columns supporting a domed ceiling painted with classical scenes. Ahead, the grand staircase sweeps upward under a painted dome, its white marble balustrade lined with bronze busts of Britain's kings and queens. At the top, the guard room welcomes you with ceremonial tunics and helmets on display, flanked by marble tributes. Turning a corner, you enter the music room, its large bow window looking out over the gardens. The piano here once filled the palace with Mozart and Beethoven. Finally, you step back toward the Great Hall, the very space we entered, feeling as though you've truly been a special guest of the king. In summary, we've journeyed through centuries of royal splendor and peeked inside the very heart of British monarchy. Buckingham Palace is more than an iconic landmark. It is a living, breathing home of kings and queens, where history and tradition unfold daily. Every gilded ceiling, grand portrait, and polished banister speaks to its story. If you enjoyed this exclusive look into a world of luxury and power, please give this video a like. If you felt inspired, subscribe to never miss a tour of the world's most exclusive places. Share it with your friends, and to activate the notification bell. So the next time we unlock the doors to a palace, a super yacht, or a billionaire's mansion, you'll be the first inside. Thank you for joining us inside Buckingham Palace Mansion. We'll see you on the next royal adventure.